This concrete two-story structure, which sits at the corner of Allenby Street and Morrow Avenue in Belize City, is the first on the list of dilapidated buildings around the city to be demolished. The rundown building has accommodated business establishments over the years, but it has since become abandoned and an eyesore to the area. Students would play inside, and it has even become a hangout for drug addicts, making it a safety hazard. It was to be demolished today, but that didn't happen. Councillor Philip Willoughby explains why they are unable to topple this broken-down building. The order only gives allowance for a portion of the structure to be torn down. And this is a building, according to Willoughby, that needs to be leveled because inspection shows that it is in complete disrepair.
The order states that the most eastern portion of the building should be demolished. No, there is no definition as in length, width, or height as such. What we will do again is to go back before the court, and you can have a look at the structure in this particular case, that even if we demolish the first 5 feet of the structure, you will note that the upper flat will also be compromised and will fall likewise. And then it goes beyond that point that the remaining portion of the structure will be compromised. So that is what we now go back to explain to the court in relation to this matter.
Who will ultimately make the decision as to how much of this building will come down?
The police department representative, along with the city engineer, will take the dimensions. If it is the entire structure, then we will take the dimensions of the entire structure. But what wasn't taken before the court was the size of the structure that had to be demolished.
Who is going to condemn the building?
The court. The court, based on what the city engineer and the police department...
Based on recommendations?
Yes, from the city engineer and the police department.
Okay, and at this point in time, how much of the structure are you looking at condemning?
They are measuring the entire building.
And how much of the entire building are you looking at condemning?
The entire structure, sir.
This soon-to-be demolition is a part of a multi-agency approach to make the city safer. The process has started to knock down derelict structures, and owners are to foot the bill to have their abandoned property taken down.
The residents and the community has also spurred the talks for us to be much more proactive, for the city to lead the charge in relation to the said undertaking. Okay? So, on my part, along with Nemo, it is how well and best we prepare the city as we mitigate against these derelict buildings that may be deemed dangerous in times of disaster, and we have to mitigate better to protect life and preserve property. Mitigating on the side of caution, we need to step this up and get it done before the opening of the hurricane season also. Correct? Remember, fire has its concern. We are in the peak of the fire season. Remember, police have its issues with these derelict vehicles, abandoned lots, derelict buildings. Crime is a hot topic, hot button issue right now. Ministry of Health has issues with these overgrown lots.
Who bears the cost of demolishing these buildings?
The property owner, because again, once it goes through the court and the court says it has to be demolished, then you, the property owner, Mr. Noble, will receive such an order for that building or structure to be demolished. Correct?
They don't follow through with that?
Then the city again now will be proactive in doing so, and then we'll tag it onto your property tax.
And for other owners of properties in disrepair, due process will be followed, Willoughby explains.
The revenue department has attached all the requisite data for us to communicate and reach out to that homeowner. That will be done, and upon that being done, if the homeowner or the property owner does nothing, that matter then goes up to the municipal court, and after the magistrate has adjudicated on it, and based on his ruling, then we take action from there. And then it has to go through a process for it to be gazetted and that type of thing. In the first instance, the committee will try to reach out to the homeowner or the property owner.
So once you reach out to them, how much time do they get to address it? Do you give them a certain time frame before it goes through the court?
We will leave that to the inspector who is on the ground, along with the homeowner and property owner.
Reporting for News 5, I'm Andrea Polanco.